Good morning, it is 6:30 and you join us outside Drymen camping, and I'm going to start the second day of the West Highland Way. Good morning, it is 6:30 and you join us outside Drymen camping, and I'm going to start the second day of the West Highland Way. But first of all, I'm heading south. And do you know why I'm heading south? Why am I going back against myself? Well, if you watched the last walking episode, you'll know that just around the corner here is an honesty box. We're going to check if it's full yet. Oh, lovely morning. For now, apparently it's going to rain quite a bit today. Not heavy, but regular. So yeah, let's just come back around. Oh, the netting's down. Who knows what's in there? All empty. Oh well, not to be. Sorry, baking shed. I really wanted to try you out as well. Oh well, just the road ahead of us then. So we'll head off, and today, I'll tell you what we're doing today. Today we're heading through a bit of a wood, then over a hill, and then we'll be dropping down into a town on the edge of, a village on the edge of Loch Lomond, and then we'll be starting the long trek up Loch Lomond. I'm not going to pretend about this. Today and tomorrow, a little bit scary. Today, mileage, up near the 20-mile mark, and then I've got to pitch in the wild, which I've done many times before, but it's always tiring at the end of a 20-mile day. But also, we have the slight problem of the rocky shores of Loch Lomond, the roots. It could all be fine. I mean, I've been through mountain passes and things, but people do talk about it, so it'll be nice to see it and get a real understanding of what that's like. And tomorrow is all that for about 10 or 12 miles, I think it is. So yeah, a little bit scared, but not too scared. But yeah, it's meant to be a challenge. Quick question. I've lived in the central part of Scotland for 12 years now, and on the edges of fields I see these things and they're kind of ungoogleable. So if you know what they are, do tell me in the comments, because I've been wondering for about 7 or 8 years now. Slow down red squirrels, the sign says. I really hope so. I lived in Scotland for 12 years. I've still not seen one. I don't know if you can see it down there, but there is a hare herring off ahead of me. Hare here. Popped into the hedgerow. And we come off the road and down here. So we've crossed the big road and we've been going for a little way. I've got to stop saying we, it's just me. I have crossed the big road, I've been going for a little way. And we're going through the forest. A bit more the sort of forest you'd expect, though it is a bit mixed on the edge of the path, but lots and lots of close together forestry trees. Just as we came off the big road, where I dropped down next to that bridge earlier, There were some people wild camping there, and also just at the start of the forest. Yeah, a lot of the pictures look like they're at the bottom of hills, so in very soggy weather. It might be very soggy. Oh, good moss. But yeah, people were managing to camp there. They had a water source. There was also a little honesty box. I didn't look in it. Just a cool box just before we turned off of the big road, which claims to be the last fresh water until Balmaha, but I got plenty of water, so I'm all good. Well, if you can make that out, I'm just crossing over the Rowardennan Way. The West Highland Way crosses it up here. Here is another road that goes down to Drymen. And Drymen is the official starting point of the Rowardennan Way, but I met plenty of people yesterday who were doing the first stage of the West Highland to Drymen, or to Drymen camping, as their first stage of the Rowardennan Way. So if any of those people are watching, hope you had a good walk. Let's get into the Drymen forest, and I've like, my jacket's been on and off once. I think it might be about to go back on again. Okay, I'm not very many metres further on. You can see the gate there just after where you last saw me. But this is the first choice on the West Highland Way that I've seen that doesn't have a sign at the moment. So, don't know if the logging trucks hit the post or something, but it is not here. So, do not go up the way, go down the way. Can you see it? I can see it, but can you see it? That's Loch Lomond. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there's a loch. There's a loch. Gotta stop rustling this plastic bag that I keep my phone in. Another choice that is unsignposted. You still go down the way. There it is, Conic Hill. Just peeking as I come over this tiny lump I've just climbed up now. Let's go do it. The fact that no one talks about the nice views of Loch Lomond up here suggests that the views of Loch Lomond further on are going to be even better than this, which is amazing. I'm sure this doesn't come across on camera at all, but it is lovely. Right, we've just had the first bit of rain, not drizzle, and the coat is on, and I'll show you that actually. Almost got to the point of the waterproof trousers too, but yeah, we have come out of the forest. It has stopped raining. There was a sunny moment, and let's hope that that lasts while we handle Conic Hill. I'll flip you back around the other way and we'll look at the view. So the hill is there. The path goes this way for Britain. It's going to go around the other side of the hill, but over there is the future. I have to trog along that bit of Loch Lomond shore for quite a way today. So we better get on. I'm losing the ability to speak. So we better get on with it. What's your most depressing thing about walking? For me, I know what it is. It's when you know the path goes up there, but right now it's going down here, which means more of going up there. Ugh. It's always worth looking back at where you have come from. Came from over there. It's always worth looking at where you're going. I'm going over there. Well, the top of Conic Hill is not far away, but I don't think I'm going to go all the way up there today just to do the extra bit. Because I've got a long enough day with changeable weather as it is, but my, look at the views. I'll get some more from just on that little lump there, which I think is as high as I'm going. But yeah, Scotland is spectacular. Come visit us. Bags of rocks. They are repairing the path here. They do it every winter, and I guess they're still working on it even now, but in the winter they helicopter all the bags up, so sometimes the path over Conic Hill, just checking there's no one sneaking up on me, scary. Yeah, sometimes the path over Conic Hill is locked off because helicopters might drop rocks on you and you have to go around the easy way. But I am taking the easy way. This is the path up. I'm not going to go up because there's enough changeable weather around. If you look behind me, I don't know if you'll be able to make it out. Let's zoom into infinity. There is a rainbow somewhere behind me, but rainbows mean rain. So I'm going to get down to Balmaha, get some scran. So I'm down from Conic Hill. Sorry I didn't show you much of the way down. There's some big rocks that they've just put in that are fairly leg breaking for a long way. And then there's lots of pine forest, which is kind of pretty. It's okay, some steps. But I was chatting most of the way with a guy called Evan, if you ever watch his Evan High, from New York, Taylor Swift fan. Taylor Swift's playing Scotland in just a few days. He thought he'd add in Loch Lomond and Conic Hill, why not? But yeah, we are just walking our way down to Balmaha town. More information. The midges have started in earnest. We are now in the Highlands. The moment you cross over Conic Hill, it's on a fault line between the lowlands and the Highlands. I haven't seen a midge since that little patch of forest outside Milguy. They're here now, can't stop. Other news, if you're walking the West Highland Way, when you get to the car park at the bottom of Conic Hill, walk through it. Don't follow the West Highland Way. It doesn't take you into Balmaha. Unless you don't want to go into Balmaha, I don't know, maybe you don't. But who wouldn't? There's a water tap, there's toilets, there's food. So yeah, I'm just heading back a few metres in order to fix that mistake. The first 2 midge bites of the trip. Definitely going to smidge up after lunch. So lunch at the Oak Tree Inn. Number one thing, they don't start serving till 12, so I've had an enforced kind of hour, but I was going to wait an hour anyway. Probably added half an hour to my day to wait. And it isn't cheap. So £23 for a coffee, a big Pepsi, and this. But you know, you're on the West Highland Way. There aren't many options. I understand that they're going to make the money when they can in season, and out of season they can't. I'll tell you in a minute if it's good. So attached to the Oak Tree Inn is a village shop. I've just had a little look in. They've got a few bits of camping and walking equipment, nothing super high quality. But if you are missing a trekking pole, or you need some bandages, or you just want some chocolate, anything like that, you can definitely drop into the Oak Tree Inn and get those bits and bobs. And I'm probably going to need to repeat this because I've just realised copyright music playing. So we're here at Tom Weir's Rest, and Tom Weir was a man who kind of built the outdoor experience in Scotland, famous for his mountain bagging, Munro bagging and walking, and there is a little tribute to him here, Tom Weir's Rest, a place where you can just rest, use it as a picnic stop. And there's a lovely statue of Tom over there. But more importantly, well, not more importantly, Tom's very important, there's also your drinking water tap. Apparently, Tom's quite a wee fella. A lot shorter than me, and I'm not the tallest. 5'10". But yeah, he's got a backpack. He's got a woolly hat. I haven't got a woolly hat. He's more prepared than I am. Thanks, Tom. Right then, bye-bye Balmaha. But before we do that, the Millennium Forest Path. Now, as you can see, it goes up over a lump, and that is actually the way the West Highland Way goes. But there's also a path around the shore, and Red Man Walking, shout out to you, YouTuber, has suggested that rather than go over a lump, which is okay, and doesn't offer those spectacular views, and we're getting a lot more views of the loch later on, better to go around before you carry on. So we're going to try that. So yeah, there goes the West Highland Way up some steep steps officially, and we're going to take the slightly unofficial low road here. This isn't the big high road, low road split. This is an extra little wrinkle. So just down here is a little dock where you can get boats across to the island, and the island is not in the wild camping ban zone. We've been banned from wild camping ever since I hit the edge of Balmaha, and I've got to get through that today before I can camp. But you are allowed to get a little boat over there and wild camp on there, and I believe there's even some toilets, which is lovely. And you do that from just down here. And yes, I was facing a bit of rain when I went past the original sign, but here is the sign telling me I cannot camp for about 10 miles. So let's get those miles done. Welcome to the bonny banks of Loch Lomond. It's a bit windy, and it probably will be for quite some time, several episodes. Well, I think I saw where Redman Walking's path came back in, and my goodness me, I would have been annoyed if I'd walked all the way up to come straight back down. It was a tiny distance, no elevation needed. Sun's out, it's looking pretty. I'm smidged up though, so I don't want to stop for long. But I think Redman Walking's name is Graham. If I'm wrong about that, apologies. But get over to his channel, he knows what he's talking about. Good resource. I'm going to try and get some miles in, because it's all going to look like this for ages, and I could easily just stop every 10 seconds and do some video of the lapping water and the dappled sunlight. But I want to get where I'm going. Not too bad underfoot coming out of Balmaha. Not too bad. Very useful toilet block, a mile and a half outside of Balmaha. Very useful. Well, here's Cashel, which I believe is another place where you can do a bit of wild camping type stuff. It's just been very sunny while I've been in the woods, but now I'm out and the rain's coming back. My mistake, this is the Cashel I've heard of, Cashel campsite, and they have this by the loch shop. By the loch you can get blister plasters, deep heat tissues, paracetamol, ibuprofen, antihistamines, deodorant, protein snacks and more, including ice cream, hot and cold drinks, food, sweets, chocolate and camping essentials. Let's take some avoiding action. It's actually been a little while since I spoke to you. Reason for that is, after the road sections, I started to feel like my big toe was getting a little bit of a hot spot, and went a little way, decided, yeah, it's worth putting tape on this. Zinc oxide tape, also known as Luca tape, and yeah, I went into my bag, just couldn't find it. I think I buried it with my clothing this morning by accident, just not thinking. Anyway, a nice Danish lady came along and offered to give me tape, but she had microporous tape, and that's nowhere near as good. So I said, oh no, I'll keep looking. And then a gang, a gang of people doing it as a section of day hikes and like coming out from hotels in a minibus being led by a guy, they stopped, and that guy just gave me some zinc oxide tape. So thank you to him if you ever see this. They're staying at Rowardennan tonight, so they'll be stopping before me, but I've let them go ahead because I'm way slower right now with a big bag than they are with the day packs and then non-hotspotty feet, because I'm going to go a little bit slower to try and stop that moving from hotspot to Vista. But there's only about 3 miles left today, so I think it'll be okay. Give it a nice long 12-hour rest. Tomorrow's a shorter, if tougher day in terms of the terrain. Should be okay. Just keep going. And so here we have Swiftie camping, which is a place where you are allowed to wild camp. You need the little permit here to do it, and there are toilets, but this is, yeah, this is Swiftie. Well, I've got to say, Swiftie campsite looked really nice. I would definitely consider staying there if I was doing a longer version of this trip, or one that had even a shorter version with longer days. I could happily time it to land there. It's a nice toilet, bit of wild feel. Definitely consideration if I come back and do this again with my son or my wife. Yeah, definitely consider Swiftie. Seems nice. On we go to the official permit zone to see what their camping's like. Well, thank you for attempting to help, but which one? You've got a point, you've got to have an arrow. Up the way, I have checked the map. Third time I've checked the map today. Didn't expect to check it at all. Ah, brokeyed postie. So the permit zone is here. And looks a bit like this. I can't go down into it because I'm busy walking, but yeah, it's all down there. That's where you get to camp if you paid for a permit. Well, here we are at the Rowardennan Hotel with the Clansman bar. Fresh food served all there. Could have just walked to here instead of waiting for that big lunch in Balmaha. Oh well. Will I go in, will I not? Let's work it out. It was a no from me. I don't need another drink like that today. I'm all good. Rather get those last 2 miles in. Got something to show you though. West Lomond is up there. Well, I think maybe that isn't West Lomond actually. Maybe it's down there, but we'll work it all out when I actually stop and properly look at a map. But what is for sure is the loch has narrowed. We're past the wide bit. We're onto the long, skinny bit. Check your maps. I'm near Rowardennan. You can see where I am. You can see where this is. Still pretty nice, isn't it? In spite of a slightly sore toe, it's well worth it. And now for a slight detour. West Highland Way goes off there, but if you head over to near the youth hostel, you'll get a water tap and I believe some toilets as well. Happy days. Vital toilet information. It's open 8 till 8 in April, May, September and October. 8 till 9 in June, July and August. And November to March, just 9 till 4. Oh, happily here in lots of time. So yes, a lovely Scottish water tap, and you just do this and water comes out of it. It's fantastic. Also, West Lomond, which is probably fantastic. Well, I haven't climbed it before. Munro goes up there, and there's your lovely toilet block again. I do spoil you with these toilet block views. Right, it's starting to drizzle. I need to find somewhere to put the tent up. Let's go, 2 miles. This is the Rowardennan War Memorial. A really fantastic memorial actually. It's visually striking. It means something about the area. I mean, it's just a lovely object in and of itself without the fact that it is paying respects. It's in a lovely place. This is the legendary Ben's Bakes. The Honesty box, I think I can say, has the greatest rep of any on the West Highland Way, and it looks like it's full of good things. There's boiled eggs, there's fruit, I think there's sandwiches. Oh my god, this is getting hit for lunch tomorrow. Excuse me, I need to buy. So yeah, Ben's Bakes. I've spent £9 there on a roll, a can of juice, a muffin, which is actually £3, not on the price list there, crisps. But it's given me that lunch for tomorrow that would have been tricky otherwise. So that's worth £9 right now. Yeah, Fort William, 68 miles. That means we've knocked off a fair few miles, nearly 30. And Milgai, 28. But we're going this way. Don't forget the juice. Stopped myself making a little mistake there. Suddenly realised there was a bin for a reason. Drink your can of juice straight away, and then you don't need to worry about carrying it all the way to Bainglass Farm. Yeah, so I just downed that well appreciated Pepsi there. Yeah, nearly there today, folks. And I'm looking forward to getting there. Just hope this sunshine can hold for the evening now. Bring the binges out, but you know, whatevs. This is a sign, and that sign says The camping management zone has ended and we're leaving it. Of course, just before it is a small pitch, which I could probably fit my tent on. But I didn't want to stay here anyway. That's fine. Put the sign over there. Help people out, guys. So here's the split in the road. This way is officially the West Highland Way. This way isn't, but I think they're both equally official. If you want to go this way, you can. This way's a bit easier, higher, get a better view. This way's harder, takes about an hour longer, more scrambling over rocks and roots, but more camping spots. And so we're going this way. Leaving early was totally worth it. The very first pitch is empty. I'm going to get set up. I'm going to get wet wiped. I've got plenty of water, but there is a stream here as well, so winner. Okay, the tent is all set up and it's not too midgy yet, but I can sense them coming. So I might go and hide away soon. I'm really glad I made it today, like a long distance, made it comfortably, that's what I mean. I was always sure I'd make it this far, but just make it this far without too sore a foot and all the rest of it. But yeah, we're set up. We're in a camping spot. Oh, there's a midge in here. It is time to hide away until morning, and I will see you again tomorrow on Scotland. We're going to head to Bainglass Farm. See you on the West Highland Way.